Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Vox Machina.
What the fuck? Holy shit!
I forgot that happens in like the first 10 seconds of the show. Anyways, just like Invincible and The Boys, this show never holds back on the gore and brutality. It shows all of it without hesitation. If you fight a dragon, you're gonna see realistic results and consequences. If you fight demonic creatures, you'll get demonic tactics. And if you're into sexy gnomes, well, yeah. Anyways, all the characters are equally likable, and the show knows that fine line between too little and too much. It's gory, but it never goes too far to be intentionally brutal in a way that doesn't make sense for the plot. It has funny moments, but never pushes it too far so it becomes cringy or feels forced. The third season hasn't come out yet, but so far this is a damn good series. My personal favorite aspect? The dark themes the show explores. And when I say the show never holds back, I mean it.
You're the face I saw when murder entered my heart.
During one of the first few episodes, the group comes across a family asking for help in desperate times. They offer them some sort of promise to keep them safe, some level of reassurance that everything will be okay. And after failing their mission, this was the consequence. A realistic result. Like I said, the show doesn't hold back, and it really makes the characters' emotions feel genuine.
We could have stopped this. Should have.
Anyways, let's talk about the action. Good animation? Check. Excellent fight choreography? Check. Tentacles? Check. What more could a person need? The violence in the show is great. There are times where you'll seriously question if a character will make it out alive. People actually get hurt. It's not like, oh, big fight happening, boom, characters just get knocked to the side. No, they get seriously injured or sometimes straight up don't make it. But when it comes to fantasy worlds like this, it's easy to lose track of how powerful or dangerous certain characters and situations really are. That isn't a problem here. The show provides plenty of comparisons throughout the storyline that make the viewer's ability to understand each enemy's power level pretty intuitive. There's no need to think about how strong this person is compared to this guy. The understanding simply comes to you. You can always see or feel it once that character shows up on screen. That feeling of tension and uncertainty of whether or not the characters you love are strong enough to face them, that's amazing. Each new enemy the cast faces is different and unique in some sort of way. They each have their own strengths and weaknesses, with different backgrounds and enough depth to their characters to make you care about the fight. This seems to be something the show also understands. A good fight only requires great action on the screen, but in order to blast you with a wave of emotions as the characters try to rip each other's guts out, you have to not just know, but understand the people on both sides. The funny thing is, I didn't even know this entire storyline and all these amazing characters were from a Dungeons & Dragons campaign from Critical Role, with the voice actors who played these characters in the show being the ones who played them in the D&D campaign. How crazy is that? What's funny is, now that I know this, I can see certain parts in the animated version where there was probably a low or high roll of the dice before their character's action, resulting in the most absurdly easy tasks like opening this random wooden door being a challenge, when they've done something far more challenging in the past with ease.
All it takes is a little finesse. Amateurs.
Knowing all this, let me introduce you to all the different characters. Grog Strongjaw, a Goliath barbarian with a tragic past.
Scanlan, look it! They're in the booty! That is so cool.
And sometimes gets himself into situations where he needs to get medicine stuffed up his Scanlan Shorthalt, a gnome bard with a tragic past. While the rest of the cast is busy fighting for their lives, chances are he's probably trying to get laid.
You destroy my tavern! What is that gnome doing with my daughter?
It's probably best you don't know.
Vixeldon Vassar and Vixhalia Vassar, or Vax and Vex, are twin elf siblings with tragic pasts. Also, they both have daddy issues. Pike Trickfoot, a gnome cleric. She's all magical, and honestly, I really don't know how all this stuff works. Percival Frederickstein von Mussel-Klazowski Derolu III, a smart human with a gun and a tragic past. He's got the most brain cells and the most drip in the entire cast, but has a ridiculously long name. Keyleth, a half-elf droid with a tragic past. fast. She's trying her best to master all the elements. And finally, Trinket, a bear with a tragic past. He's super chill and friendly, but will tear your torso off if you get on his bad side. Also, at one point, they kind of like start playing Pokemon with him. With such an amazing set of characters, all with unique backstories, how could you not get invested in the show? Okay, on a serious note though, you can tell the goofy aspects are clearly intentional and were probably part of the D&D campaign.
Hey, you know I'm in love with you, right?
Wait, what? Now? I mean, this is like the worst time!
And I know what you might be thinking. Aren't some of these characters just fitting into the super stereotypical categories? Like big, strong, dumb guy, archer woman, smart dude with gun, tree woman, sneaky man, I need healing, oh wait, I'm recharging, never mind, and Scanlan.
Oh god.
And yes, they do indeed fit into these categories, but in this case it doesn't really matter, because the show makes it fun. The big, strong, dumb guy is actually a fantastic character with lots of depth to him, and is personally one of my favorites in Vox Machina.
I got a beard!
That's all? Okay, it's awesome.
He learns with every battle and isn't just there to make jokes, although he does make jokes a lot of the time. Or even smart dude with gun. His character seems pretty boring, right? Well, the show found a brilliant way to keep your attention hooked, at least in the first season. Throughout the episodes, you start to see hints that something isn't right with Percy. This mysterious black smoke that emerges from his body when he's about to kill one of his targets, as well as of course the frickin' mask. It's later on we find out this is because a demon was possessing him. Oh, and also he changes his gun. So yeah, adding these details onto each and every character makes them interesting despite them fitting into the stereotypical classes we always see. In other words, I'll be keeping an eye out for season 3.